Hi, I'm Benita from Patriarchal Femininity. Let's talk about hair. Let's start by talking about the different phases your hair goes through. First, the anagen phase, which is the growing phase. Then the catagen phase, the shrinking phase. Telogen phase, the resting phase, and exogen, the shedding phase. Your hair can only grow during the anagen phase. Each year your hair can grow up to 15 centimeters or 6 inches. In a year that would make 3 feet or 1 meter. Now there are exceptions to this rule, but this applies to the average person. So basically the only way you can grow your hair is by not cutting it or by not breaking it off. And no, unfortunately, all the hair vitamins or regular vitamins won't help your hair grow faster. The reason why all these companies can make claims that vitamins will make your hair grow faster is because you need vitamins and minerals to grow healthy hair. And especially if you're lacking certain vitamins, suddenly taking in all of those will help your hair grow. That's why they're allowed to make such claims. So in order to help your hair grow, you need to make sure your hair stays in the anagen phase, and you also need to make sure that you don't break off your hair or damage it. Now, in order to help your hair stay in the anagen phase, there is 2 things you can do. One is use certain products to help your hair grow, but the problem with that is, as soon as you stop using them, all the hair that you've grown will fall out again. Or LED laser therapy, but let's be honest, no one can afford that. So basically the only thing you can actually do is wait and make sure you're not breaking off your hair by doing your everyday things like brushing your hair, using heat, using bleach. There are a few ways that you can damage your hair. Let's start by talking about your cuticle. The higher the porosity of your cuticle, the more damaged it is. And product with a high pH level damage your hair. Products like bleach, for example. So avoid using bleach as often as possible, and obviously I don't follow my own advice. Heat will also damage your hair, and so will brushing. When you brush your hair, you have to be very careful, and you need to start from the bottom, and you need to do it very lightly, and then work your way up. And if you feel that your hair is tangled, don't just start ripping through it, but instead, if there's a tangle right here, you just brush underneath it until it loosens up, and then you work your way up. Unfortunately, once there is damage on your hair, you cannot repair it anymore. Hair are just dead cells. It's not alive, you can't fix it. Once it's broken, there's nothing you can do. If you have straight hair like I do not brush it while it's wet. When your hair is wet, it's the most fragile. Now, the opposite is true for curly or coily hair. You need to brush your hair while it's wet and not while it's dry. Another way that you're damaging your hair is through friction. Now, if you're still sleeping on a cotton pillowcase, please switch that out to a silk one. You can also just use a silk scarf and wrap it around your hair, and that way you can avoid the unnecessary friction during sleep. Protect your hair by wearing it in a protective hairstyle like a braid or a loose bun, and avoid very tight ponytails. Avoid washing your hair every day. I only wash my hair once a week, sometimes even less, because if you're washing it too often, you're stripping your scalp from important oils that it's producing to keep your hair lubricated, to avoid unnecessary damage because of friction. You can also use conditioner. You're only supposed to use shampoo on the top of your head, and then you use the conditioner at the bottom of your hair. I like to use lots of conditioner to make sure my hair stays lubricated and I don't cause unnecessary knots or tangles. Instead of using regular hair ties, I use scrunchies. They have a very soft surface, and that way you will also avoid extra friction. Now let's talk about oils. I like to use coconut oil, olive oil, and some tea tree essential oil, and I just mix it together and put it on my hair once a week. The reason I do this is just to condition my hair and to make sure it gets extra nutrients and minerals. That way it can stay healthier and more lubricated, and I will avoid extra friction. Now let's talk about hairbrushes and combs. Instead of using a regular hairbrush, I prefer to use a wooden white bristle hairbrush and comb. The reason why you are supposed to use wider bristles is because the wider the bristles are, the less likely you're gonna just rip through your hair. Also avoid those brushes with the tiny little circle things at the end, because that's just an extra place for your hair to get stuck in and for you to rip your hair out. Thanks for watching my video. Please leave a like and subscribe to be updated every time I upload and to support my channel. God bless you. Bye.